You still seeing my screen?
Yeah.
Okay, great.
Yes, sir.
All right, all right. So here we are creating persona, right? So let's start from this topic, creating persona. Collecting all sort of data about your user can be incredibly valuable, but sometimes you can lose sight of the real people behind all the statistics. You can make your users more real by turning them into persona. Sometimes called user models or user profiles, a persona is a fictional character constructed to represent the needs of whole range of real users. By putting a face, name on the disconnected bits of data from your user research and segmentation work, personas can help ensure that you keep the user in mind during the design process. Right?
सर फिक्शनल कैरेक्टर क्यों मतलब जिਵੇਂ ਅਸੀਂ ਰੀਅਲ ਯੂਜ਼ਰਸ ਤੋਂ ਇੰਟਰਵਿਊ ਕੀਤਾ ਇਹ ਕਹਿੰਦੇ ਉਹਨਾਂ ਚੋਂ ਇੱਕ ਨੂੰ ਆਪਾਂ ਚੱਕ ਕੇ ਉਹਦਾ
ਪਾ ਸਕਦੇ हैं इतना कोई इतना इशू नहीं है बट ਉਹਨਾਂ ਨਾ ਥੋੜਾ ਇਦਾਂ ਡਿਨੋਟ ਹੋਗਾ ਕਿ this application is only designed for this particular use but that is not true actually. So what we have to decide or the define in persona the user segmentation and user needs. In our last class this is what we talked about, right? So let's see some example in this book. Let's look at some examples, right? So it explain like this, a very big thing. So like one profile, pick, name, goals, age, demographic, you can say, and income, technical profile, internet use. So what type of website she likes, right, in that particular domain. We can ask the question to the user. This is again male female, you know, that's why I create the persona twice.
Yes.
One for male, one because I'm following this book as a bible, right? And this is like male persona, again age, demographic, what type of website he like. So those are the screenshots that put it over there, right? And this we actually discussed in detail in our last class, right? Like how to define the persona. I gave you a lot of example of the persona, right, from my blog and from my own case study, right, from the mantra app, if you remember, guys. So persona is actually a let's suppose you do the paper prototyping, right? So you take a paper pencil and start prototyping over there, right? But if you would like to show that wireframe or the prototyping to your client, then uxuidesign came into it, right? And that uxuidesign convert your paper prototype into the digital form, which is very convenient for your client to understand that okay, what is the user flow, how that particular login or register screen will look like, or the home screen look like, right? In a similar manner, when you do a lot of research regarding the user research, user needs, user segmentation, so you have to put it somewhere, right? So the persona is the best practice where you can put the all related information related to user needs, related to user goals, and etc., right? In this book there is two things are missing which we talk about, right? In this book that those are not available, right? One is the, let me show you once with example, you can better understand. In this book he never explained the journey mapping. This is very good exercise actually, journey mapping, and you should do it actually, because I personally recommend to create a proper journey mapping before start the wireframe. And what is the difference in between user persona and journey mapping? User persona is like who is the user and what type of things what that particular user is doing, right? That's all. And in user journey, let me show you. In user journey, either way you can take the pic of your user persona or basic user profile, right, with user goals. But this, what we define over here, the exact user journey through the weeks. Let's suppose if user is buying 4-week plan, right, then what type of content you will show, right, in that particular week, so that user interest could maintain. What है क्या?
उसमें रियल टाइम के ऊपर बात हुई है, तो उसमें किस तरह का वेक्टर यूज करूँ? ये आप पढ़ लो फिर।
अभी क्लास के बाद रिकॉर्डिंग होती है ना क्लास. So user journey, like, okay, in first week what user will do and what type of these are the problems and solutions. So what type of problem they will face in that particular week, and what type of solution we will give, right? Because in each and every application there are contents, right? And what type of content we have to thrive in front of a user in that particular week, we can define the whole thing in the user journey map. Let me give you more examples of user journey mapping. So means you are mapping the whole journey of your user, right, before start the wireframe. So these are some example of user journey mapping, but these are very abstract. You cannot even understand how the user will react until unless you have a clear picture of your product, right? But there are some examples. Let me show you. I clicked on it. So these are some examples. 7 ways to analyze customer mapping. Like, consider 1 week. So user journey mapping, base time is the timeline, right? How they spend the time in your product. So let's suppose if you're providing any SaaS application, so there is a subscription, there is a plan, there is a time foundation, right? So let's suppose if I buy a plan for 1 month, so what I will do? So what I have to, what type of content that particular application will show me in week 1, 2, 3, 4, etc. So those all things we have to define over here. So this is very important. You can say user journey map, customer journey map, right? So let's scan something. Looks for the point in the journey where expectations are not met, like problems, right? Then identify any unnecessary touch point or interactions in your application. Identify the low points and points of friction. See, in your application, this exercise actually happens once your MVP document is finalized. That this is what you're gonna build, right? In the feature list I showed you, the HP1, right? So in that application, we define each and everything in the point wise. And over here, we have to create the journey map as per your MVP document and try to find out any friction point, any loose loophole, any red route in your application, right? I will explain you red route in some other chapter. Pinpoint high friction, channel transition. These are actually points where you can see that, okay, this user can maybe do this, user can maybe do this, user can maybe lose their interest week number 2. So what type of goodies we have to give to the user, right? So those all we have to assume through the user journey map. Like this could be a journey of a user, and this should be the smoother one, you know. So we have that smoother journey we can only give to our user we find out the frictional point, right? Friction points. Okay. So there are a lot of examples, and don't confuse with these graphics. Try to understand that okay, how you will define the customer journey map. Even you can define the custom journey map in Excel file, right? So here what we are doing, customer journey mapping. These are the stages. These are the where they will aware, where they will make the decision, where the delivery comes, where the loyalty and advocacy comes. So this could be a journey map of e-commerce product. Sometime we in our research we also tag these kind of journey maps. Let's suppose if we found the similar product journey map, right? So we try to research on that, right? We try to read that particular customer journey so that we can enhance our own customer journey map, right? So in this they are doing this through these solutions, right? And the whole 4-week plan will happen, and user will give you the positive feedback. User will give you like, okay, definitely this particular application is changing their life, right? The end goal is that you just should love your application, right? Next thing is which is missing in this user persona, this book already covered, empathy map. Empathy map actually create before the user journey map. What we define in the empathy mapping, that okay, empathy means, okay, let's find out. So let me give you an example. This is a user, right? So what we define in the empathy map is okay, what user says and what user think, right? And how they do the things in the daily life in that particular topic, like e-commerce, like listening music, like watching videos, right? And what they feel after that particular activity. This whole thing we define. So let's suppose this is example of the mantra where user will install this application, and after that they will start their 30 days of journey, right? Where they on day 1 they will listen some kind of mantras on daily basis, and they do the meditation. So this is all the crux of that particular application. So why they would like to, what they say that I need to relax, I'm too stressed. Why should you relax after a long day, right? I have been meditating for a while now, I want to try something new. What do we stand for? What type of things they can understand about that particular application, like what are the guiding principles, what are our common values that we want to be at the core of our team. Stressed, busy, anxious, calm, disconnect, distracted, listen to music, try to work out distressed with mindfulness, manage anxiety, wants to continue being mindful, reflect on past. So these all are parameters we have to define, and we have to solve the problems through the empathy mapping and keep the user happy. So this we have to define actually during the user research. Once you have completed your user research, so we have to work on the empathy mapping, right? How you map the whole user empathy, right? So let's see if we got the article. This is not opening. Okay, let's try once again. Okay, so visualizing user attitude behavior in an empathy map helps UX teams align to a deep understanding of end users. The mapping process also reveals any holes in the existing user data. हाँ कई बार ऊपर जाती है सब है, but try to understand. As UX professional, it's our job to advocate on behalf of user. However, in order to do, not only must we deeply understand our user, but we must also help our colleagues understand them, prioritizing their needs. So exactly what we are empathizing in our empathy mapping is problem and solution actually, but with all four vertex, like what they want, how they think, what they want to achieve, right, and how they can complete their that particular task, right? So format could be like this: what they say, what they think, and what they does, and what they feel. So here is your user, and this whole box is your actually application, a subject, right? So example I already gave you. This is the big example. I don't want to go into it, but you can see some example. I think they already did it, like empathy example on buying a TV. If a user want to buy it, very common example. So what they say, I was expecting something different. I want something reliable. What do you think? What size is best? What brand do you like? Where should I start? What they say, right? What they think, what else I'm missing, wasting too much time, why is this so hard, do they think I am stupid, I want something awesome, blah blah. And what they feel: overwhelmed, excited, unsure who to trust, anxious, inadequate, and fear, maybe. So what they does actually, so check the website to buy a TV, list pros and cons, more research, compare products, ask friends, observe in store, postpone big decision, make small decisions. So this is one of the example. So there are, so you can make this type of user empathy mapping, like okay, says, think, does, and what is the user goals. So now you understand what is the empathy mapping, because whenever you will start work on your case study, right, you have to work on this, because I will watch it. And let me show you the previous student work. Okay, so so we all know that this is the they are working on trainer app, right? So this is what is the empathy mapping of this student here. What they say, what their motivation, what they do, and what they feel. This is what we need whenever you will work on the. Today I will give you the assignment as well. Okay. So after that you can think that okay, this is where we have to create the value proposition. Value proposition is very important, and you know, everywhere this particular VP apply, value proposition apply. You join a college for a degree, let's suppose, okay, and there is, what is the value proposition is over there? Tell me. You wanna go the in PU na? So what is the value proposition of that particular degree? Never think about it. So what is the value proposition is regarding that you after degree you want a job, right? So sometimes it happen, sometimes it doesn't happen, right? And sometimes why it's not happening, you have to analyze yourself, right? So those value proposition is like okay, why our user will install this app, and let's suppose if user installed it, why they will use it. Let's suppose they started using that particular application, now why they will buy it. So those all are the value proposition you have to define. So how we can define it, like we can only define, this is very easy, to understand, we have to find the pains, give the gains, and give the solution of the pains through the features. Like if you have these 10 features in your application, user will definitely will happy. Okay, actually through the digital product we are solving the user daily life, right? Daily problems. Let's suppose I want to go to office, but when I go to office, so there is no I don't have any convenience, right? So what should I do? Okay, I install Uber and I started using it, but Uber seems to me very expensive. So what I did, because I am the lonely guy, right? So I installed Rapido, and now I'm very happy because I'm saving a lot of money and I'm going office daily in time. So there is a solution now. There is a problem and there is a solution. So this is how you have to define the value proposition in between the problem and solutions through your application features. So that's why it's always making triangle. Okay. So value proposition of this application, if you want to see, so these are the value proposition. Okay. So let's come back on this particular book. So these all 3 points are missing, right? So I'm covering it. So this chapter is actually explaining about the team when a UX designer working. So normally I will type it over here. Let's check this. So you have to understand like this, the team, right? So in a team, so what is the structure of a UX team? First is stakeholder, right? Or you can say client. Actually, this particular book is not telling the exact structure of the team, but I have another book, right, which is actually telling that how to develop a proper product, right? So let's talk about, I will also share that information, that another book is, which is talking about how to develop a proper product with a proper team. So second is UX designer. But UX designer, let's suppose we talk about the roles as well, right? So UX researcher, you need a UX researcher in your team. Okay. Third is wireframe designer, right? Who will convert the research with the help of UX researcher into wireframes. Then we need a brand designer who will create whole brand guideline and iconography, design system and everything, right? Then you need UI designer. Else you need a developer, right? And after that you need a tester. Then you need a usability tester to understand the usability problems in your application. Marketing genius, marketing guy, right, who will promote your product on different social media networks. Okay. And then in the last, what you can do, I think 9 is good enough for now. So this is a perfect team for your application, right? And one thing you can, if the product is very big, then definitely accounts guy you need, account guy. Okay, if let's suppose if you want to launch the product in pan India or in all over globe, right, then you need a lawyer as well, right? So on, your team could be like 15 people or 12 people, 10 people, depend on your product length and the market reach, right? So this is what he is explaining in his book, like teams and roles. We need strategist, right? We need a stakeholder, right, who is investing the money. And then we have like, okay, designers, developers, project managers, right, need strategy document to make informed decision, etc., etc. So this is the role of the project manager. So let me note it here, that we need on top of that a project
also
manager.
UX writers.
Yeah, we need a content writer too. Content writer. And we need a project manager. Project manager role is to mingle with each and every guy, right, and manage the things, assign the daily task to their development team, right? So that is actually a very crucial job. This guy is discussing the project with their team and the client, right? Also, he is connected with tester, QA tester, quality analyst, right? And as well as he's also connected with the uidesigner, uxdesigner. So very important role in the project, because he's managing the whole project, right? So this could be a team of your digital product, right? So today we finish the which plane?
Strategy plane.
Strategy plane. So I hope you enjoyed this strategy plane and try to understand, right? And try to finish this 3 chapters, right, as a. So today we will not talk about much about it, but with a clear sense of what we want and what our users want, we can figure out how to satisfy all those strategic objectives. Strategy becomes scope when you translate your user need, product objective into a specific document or requirements of what content and functionality the product will offers to users. So now over here, the important thing jump into that is called MVP document writing or minimum viable product documenting or software requirement documentation, right? So whatever you have defined in user research through persona, through value proposition, through journey mapping, right? So that is fine. You know your user, but the important part, which is called functional part, you have to documentize each and every point, so that whenever the wireframe guy will design it, he will read that particular document. You guys saying that we got fear about the reading and all, guys, your journey just started. Reading is very important. Sometimes we got the document of 200 pages, 300 pages, 500 pages, and you're not just reading, you're making a map in your brain, like how product should work, how product should look like. So it's sometimes we have to read the document twice, thrice, 4 times, 5 times, so that if that is, the good thing is, if client is smart, he always give you a documentation. Why? Because if you done any mistake, he will refer to you that particular document, to that particular page, to that particular paragraph, that I'm written over there why you done this mistake. It's not like kids. So be mature, right? So grow up, guys. So reading is very important. So this is clear, right? So now we will talk tomorrow regarding the defining the scope. Okay. So today what we will do, we will give you everyone one assignment. Okay. So Sahaj assignment is, write it down. I will also put in the notes. So Sahaj, what he will do, he insists me to give this particular assignment. So he will create a patient application. Okay, patient application, but patient is lot of type. So I am talking about general patient, right? General patient to whom you can like with this particular application you book a very general physician. Very general physician, like you have fever, you can go there, right? You have stomach ache, you can go there. Okay, but in your, see, you said na healthcare I want to do, that is very interesting and very challenging. Why? Because I'm only giving you the patient app, one app, but there are actually two apps. One is patient and one is doctor. So don't think about the doctor one. Whenever you will start working on the points that okay, I will give this feature in my application, I will keep this feature in my application. So the important thing is, so let me write it down, patient application. With the help of it, patient can book an appointment system done, right? Appointment with a general physician. Okay, got it?
Yes, sir.
Simple app with login register. You will note it, you will, by tomorrow you will create the list of the features. Okay, just list of the bullet points: login, register, forget password. Okay, and tries to install some application in your phone. After that you can get the whole idea, otherwise you will never get the whole idea. Okay, and try to do some market research. Okay, I already told you that how to do it, so now it's time to do some practical serious job. Okay, so very simple. General problems you have to solve, like I already give the example, right? Fever, you have stomach problem, you have loose motion, you have diarrhea, right? Some type of problem, you have dengue or malaria, right? So you want to do first checkup with your doctor, right? And the need is very simple, yet you are going in, installing the application, registering over there, searching a doctor and seeing that okay, what time slot is available on the doctor profile, what is the doctor profile, how much experience he has, what is the reviews he has, and simply book the slot. That's it. No payment, nothing. Don't think of, if you want to add the payment gateway, it's your choice, but I want that you should add the payment gateway, because then you will understand how the payment works, right? So this is your application. So now tomorrow you will post all features list which I explained you already, right, in the WhatsApp group. Okay, so this is your assignment. And what is Sumit assignment is, he has to create an e-commerce application. He has to create e-commerce application. Mobile app, I'm talking about mobile app. Okay, where a user can buy gifting items. Okay, just gifting items. Okay, that's it. So there is e-commerce as well. There is, so what type of features could be login, register, forget password. After that, so in this particular application, you have to show all your product catalog without login, register, right? And after that, if I like any particular item, I can buy it, right? And during the buy, app will ask me the login or register. Simple. Okay, and I will buy it, and after that user will get notified that okay, when I'm getting that particular product, right? So those whole things you have to understand and you have to build in your application. So the goal is just list down those 10 or 15 features which you want to, okay, which you want in your application, e-commerce application, right? So Vani, for you,
Yes, sir.
you have to create a food delivery app, okay?
Okay, sir.
So you have to create a food delivery, but there is no outlet,
Okay.
there is no restaurant, there is nothing. So let's suppose this is a very creative idea which I wanna visualize from you with the help of you. Like we have, there are a lot of ladies in the society who has no earning, right? But they are very good chef. So
Okay.
whatever they are making in their home, okay,
Yeah.
they will make just for more two people, and they will first share the recipe or the list that okay what they wanna cook today, okay.
Okay.
This is actually a challenging, a very new idea. So there are some competition as well, but you have to find by yourself, okay.
Okay.
That a housewife can upload daily the menu, that okay,
Okay.
I will cook today this. If let's suppose I'm loving I love uh, her cooking style, right?
Okay.
And I know what type of taste of her dishes, right? So I will
Okay.
simply I will get the notification, because I am, for two type of notification I will receive. One notification is I am living nearby of her,
Okay.
so there is no delivery actually, okay.
Okay.
There is no delivery because it's like in a society there are 1,000 flats, right? So I
Okay.
know that okay, what is her flat number, I can go over there and pick my tiffin. Simple.
Okay. Okay.
Very interesting idea. I hope you will enjoy it, right?
Okay.
So this is what you wanna build it, okay. So I'm writing the synopsis in the
Okay.
WhatsApp chat.
Okay.
Create a food app for housewives user will see daily updated menu and book the tiffin after payment and pick the tiffin from her flat or address. So this is your assignment. So let's see
Okay. Sir.
how you guys will execute it. I will help you. Don't worry. Okay, I will help you everyone wherever you
We
will
just write
start.
down the points.
I noted down. I send it to you. So what is
Okay.
the
But
exercise is now it's your turn. You have to make a list of the features, like okay what type of features should be in your application, okay.
okay.
And just share those feature list in the WhatsApp group chat. So
Okay.
everyone
Sir.
have different tasks, different case studies. So just be the part of this case study. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Sir. Yeah.
Yeah, so just make the list of the feature by tomorrow, before start the
Okay.
the training class, and we will talk first again tomorrow, like okay what type of features you have to design, or what type of feature you should not design, okay. So you have
Okay.
only one day, 24 hours to do the market research and the analysis, okay.
Okay. Sir.
Okay, so
Sir, I have a question.
yeah,
That I did an Axel, but I couldn't do that interaction part.
interaction means
Interconnection. That sorry, interaction. That how to connect the pages from one page one to one
no, no,
page
no, no,
two.
no, no. Forget about the Exure. For today, just
Okay.
make the list of the features which you want in your food delivery app. Okay,
Okay.
food app. It's not delivery app. It's a food app, food booking
Okay.
app, or tiffin booking app. Let's say
Okay.
tiffin booking app. Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So it's actually this type of app called hyperlocal applications. Okay.
Okay.
So let's suppose there are 1,000 flats, right? I created an app. Okay. Anybody want to join me on carom board, right? So I give the, it will trigger the notification to everyone. So the person who gonna join, because in carom board there are only 4 players can play, right? 1 player is already me, and 3 slot is available, so they can book it. Very interesting idea. So this is the application you're gonna design. Just make the list of the features by tomorrow, okay? And everyone, guys.
Yeah.
So run your brain. Okay. Any other question, Vani?
Yeah, no, sir.
Okay.
I'm good.
Okay, great. So we will talk again tomorrow. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you.